While Donald Trump campaigning in Pennsylvania today, as some top GOPers pushing for the RNC to pull the plug on funding his race for the White House. But the Republican nominee, he says it is the RNC that stands to benefit from him. Listen.
There's no truth, but I'm the one that's funding. I'm the one that's raising the money. And other people are getting to use the money that I raise. I'm putting up money for my own campaign.
Senior national correspondent John Roberts is live in Erie, Pennsylvania. John, you can add this to a list of things we've never seen before. What is the latest from the Trump team on this?
Good morning to you, Abby. Well, this just shows the growing split between the Republican old guard and what the Trump campaign is doing. Next week, some 70 prominent Republicans, former members of the Republican National Committee, will be giving a letter to RNC Chairman Reince Priebus saying, among other things, quote, given the catastrophic impact that Donald Trump's losing presidential campaign will have on down-ballot Senate and House races, we urge you to immediately suspend all discretionary RNC support for Trump and focus the entirety of the RNC's available resources on preserving the GOP's congressional majorities. Now, one senior GOP official I talked to just a few minutes ago about all of this says the letter's absolute nonsense, that Donald Trump is the RNC fundraising. He's raising all the money for the RNC and for the down-ballot races. If you take the money away from him, he stops fundraising. If he stops fundraising, all of that money dries up. The official went on to tell me that if you take Donald Trump out of the mix, you're basically going to throw away the Senate because you can't make up the deficit in the poll numbers. This person said, Abby, you can't cut off the head and expect that the body is going to survive.
Yeah, that is well said. And also Donald Trump losing some ground in some important swing states. Even Utah is becoming a challenge for him, an incredibly red state. What states are giving him the most trouble right now?
Well, let's start right where we are here. Pennsylvania is giving him enormous problems. The Real Clear Politics average of polls has got Hillary Clinton up plus 9.2%. Some recent polls, 4 of them had her up either 10 or 11, but the Trump campaign believes that, with the progression of the campaign, they believe they can narrow those numbers back down again. But don't forget, Pennsylvania just went from a toss-up state in our Fox News ratings of battlegrounds to a lean Democrat. Some other bad news. Georgia is now a toss-up state. Arizona is a toss-up state. And then listen to what Donald Trump told a meeting of pastors yesterday in Orlando, faith leaders, about what's going on in Utah.
You've got to get your people out to vote. And especially in those states where we're represented. We're having a tremendous problem in Utah. Now, Utah is a different place, and I don't know if is anybody here from Utah?
So what we're hearing is that the Trump campaign is going to stay on message today. They're going to talk about jobs, the economy, ISIS, these connections between the Clinton Foundation and the State Department. And one of the Trump officials I talked to this morning was almost salivating, Abby, talking about what's going on with Cheryl Mills and how there are allegations that she was doing business for the foundation at the same time she was working at the State Department.
Right, a lot of questions there. Well, John, I'm from Utah, so fascinating what is going on in that crazy state. All right, John Roberts live for us. John, thanks.
In the meantime.